If you want to learn how to take off a DJI drone without a landing pad, you've come to the right place. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to go over the procedure for taking off the DJI Flip, the DJI Mini 4 Pro, and the DJI Mavic 3 Pro, which these are all three different airframes and they have different characteristics and things you need to be careful of when you're taking off without a landing pad. Make sure you've updated your firmware. In the new version of the DJI Fly app, version 1.18.0, they've added new functionality to the auto takeoff feature, which is what we use when we take off by hand. They've allowed us now to hold the C1 button in instead of holding our hand down on the screen, which makes it a lot safer and a lot easier to take off. The first drone we're going to do here is the DJI Flip. This is the safest one and the easiest one, and the reason I say it's the safest obviously is because it has propeller guards on it. It's easy because it doesn't have downward sensors or very good downward sensors, so when it comes back home when you want to land, it's not fighting us. And we'll get into that here with the other two drones, the Mini 4 Pro and the Mavic 3 Pro, and you'll see how the sensors, and you have to fool the sensors thinking you're actually the ground. So to actually take this one off, what we want to do is we want to get our hand placement properly on the drone, and I put my fingers up in between the propeller guards here. Then you want to press down on the auto takeoff, and I'm going to hold the C1 button on the back of the remote controller, but I want to hold it up above my head when I do that. So I'm going to hold it in. The drone will actually start and it'll hover. At this point you want to watch your screen and you're going to fly your drone away. Now we've gotten done with our flight and we want to come back home, but we don't have a safe place to land, be it water on a boat or here in this field that we have. So we're going to bring the drone back home slowly. We're going to get the drone so it's overhead and we're going to put our hand out. In this case, we're going to allow it to land on our hand. So hold your hand flat like you're feeding a horse or an animal so it won't bite you. So hold your hand out, let it come down until the propellers have stopped. Now you've successfully taken off with the DJI Flip. So let's go ahead and let's move to the Mini 4 Pro. I've now got the Mini 4 Pro all fired up here. And what I was talking about at the beginning of the video is this drone has the same basic sensors that the larger drones have, where on the bottom it has obstacle avoidance sensors. So when we go to land the drone, it's going to think that we're the ground. So we need to give it time to establish that we're the ground and then allow it to land. But to take off, I put my hands on the sides of the fuselage. You want to make sure that you're holding it up above your head so the propellers are clear of your face. You don't want to hold it out to the side like this. You want to hold it up and away from you as much as you can. So we'll go ahead and we'll tap the auto takeoff. We're going to go ahead and use that C2 button here again. I'll back up so you can see what's going on here. I'm going to hold the C1 button, excuse me, I said C2 there. Now you let it start to take off. Don't let go of it until you feel it pulling away from you. So we'll go ahead and we'll give it some throttle up so it flies up. We'll go ahead and we'll do our flight. And then when you come back down home here, we'll do this out of here. And you can see here when I put my hand under it, the drone actually goes up. So we're going to go ahead and put our hand here like it's the ground and hold my hand out steadily. And then I'll grab it from the sides like this carefully. So you make sure that the propellers have fully stopped before you move the drone. Just make sure it's totally stopped. And then as a safety precaution, power the drone down immediately just to make sure you don't have any problems. Let's go ahead and move on to the bigger drone, which is going to be the Mavic 3 Pro, which is going to be the same basic airframe as the Air 3 and those other drones now. We obviously don't have the Mavic 4 Pro because I'm here in the US. Let me get that fired up and I'll be right back with you. Now we've got the large airframe, the DJI Mavic 3 Pro. This drone I've used quite a bit. I do a lot of real estate photography and I hand launch this drone all the time. It was frustrating at first because it does fight you when it wants to come back home, or you want it to come back home and you try reaching out and grabbing it. You need to understand that the obstacle avoidance sensors on the bottom are telling it, hey, you're the ground and I don't want to hit the ground because we haven't given it the land command yet. So what we're going to do is the same thing as we did with the other two drones. We're going to go ahead and we're going to touch the auto takeoff button here. We're going to hold in the C1 button on the back of the remote control. We're going to hold the aircraft up away from our face. We're going to make sure the aircraft is pulling away from us before we remove our hand. So I'm going to hold the C1 button, and now it goes up out of frame here. So we'll go ahead and we'll lift off. The breeze feels good. It's still warm here in Georgia. So now we'll come back home, and I'll pull out here a little bit so you can actually see it. We'll let it come down. Now it's in frame. And if I put my hand underneath of it, see how it raises up? I usually turn my hand over, then I hold the remote controller stick all the way down, and now let the propeller stop and hold it away from you until they're completely stopped. And it's for safety's sake, obviously turn your drone off. If you've made it this far in the video, I certainly would appreciate it if you could hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. It's been a pleasure showing you all these tricks that I know. Leave me a comment below and let me know how it works out for you, and we'll definitely catch you on the next one.